Oh, hi.
When I tell you, pre-recording everything is like exhausting. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is CKTCHAOTIC. Today we are reading The Remarried Empress, episode 55, 56, and 57. Let's get started. All right, guys, recap time. And this one is a doozy. So I'm gonna try to make it as short and sweet as possible. So what we learned is that Rashta is on this path on trying to dethrone Empress Navier. Rashta is being puppeted right now by Duke Urgi, and Duke Urgi is Prince Henry's friend. Prince Henry is away right now in the Western Kingdom, and he's about to have his coronation to be the next king, right? So pretty much initially when Prince Henry was in the Eastern Empire, he was coming with some sort of plan. We still don't know about it, okay? And he sent Duke Urgi here, and we don't know why. Now that he's over there trying to like do his coronation, he sent a letter to Duke Urgi, and we don't know what it said, but suddenly Duke Urgi start to set in play and been kind of like, puppeting Russia to do a lot of things, and she's believing everything, and do as he says. So he's stirring up the pot tremendously around the empire of, the Eastern Empire. And, Navier, she is very observant. She's starting to think like, Rashta is a runaway slave. We already got that like squished down, right? But she's also having something with Viscount Loteshu. That's why she's like always meeting this man and having stuff, hidden and stuff like that. So we found out she have a baby with Viscount Loteshu's son. Cool. And then so she's trying to keep that hidden, but it's not enough where like there's rumor being spread, and it's also involving the emperor image and the empress and now Rashta. Just like a lot of stuff moving, and it doesn't make sense that, why would she do that? So now she's the empress is coming up like, hey, it's Duke Urgi. I'm gonna send someone to watch out, like watch us move. But the question is for us is, what is she gonna do now that she knows? Like once she knows, it's Duke Urgi and like his plan and stuff like that. Like, will she be able to stop it? We won't know. Let's go ahead and find out. Boom, boom, fireworks. Hip hip hooray! Long live our new king, Henry the First. So pretty. He looks so handsome. Tuss. I heard your highness is still unwed. Are you still thinking of Lady Rashta? Your highness would have been devastated. Ooh, if you had seen how terribly Empress Navier treats her. Why didn't you correct him? I thought about the advice you gave me about how a woman who become my queen following a war would be very unpopular with my subjects. Huh? We're planning to go to war, and as you know, it's not because of Empress Navier. Indeed. I was actually worried that he might give up on going to war because of his love for the Empress. But if people find out that I love Empress Navier, people are going to assume that I started a war just to win her over and resent her for it. That's why. I'm going to use that woman as a decoy, so that's any criticism is directed towards her instead of my queen. And when I conquer the Eastern Empire, I'll round up each and every person that insulted her, fill their mouths with rocks, and have them beg for mercy at her feet. That's pretty gruesome, but alright. That sounds great and all, but I believe you're getting ahead of yourself. Shouldn't you worry about how Empress Navier will react to the king of a country who invaded her lands? Really? His face. How are you going to win her heart as a king of a hostile nation when you couldn't even do so as a prince of a peaceful neighboring one? Remember that bird dance to attract their mate, McKenna? And we are birds, after all. Are you going to court her through the medium of dance? You don't think that will work? I mean, no. uh, no, it'll work. Go for it. The Remarried Empress, episode 55. If only the trade deal with Looped had gone through, playing a key role in international trade would have put the Empire at a great advantage. Of course, that's assuming the ensuing trade had worked out in our favor. The delegation that was sent to the coronation should be returning soon. You're a queen's friend? Huh? Why is he carrying a ring? It's a nice looking ring too. The ring is a gift to you, my queen. I would like you to be my queen. What? After meeting you, my standards for a bride have become impossibly high. I'm disappointed you couldn't come to the coronation. Terribly, awfully, devastatingly crushed. Huh? Your master never fails to make me laugh. This is the Western Kingdoms. Huh? I want to put a smile on Henry's face too. There are plenty of bright women in the world with a lot of good sense. I'm sure you will be able to find the perfect queen. Scritch. You're right, this won't do. The bird's face. I'm currently organizing the debutante ball. What do you think? Does this sound friendly enough? It reads like a nice letter to a friend, doesn't it? All the clothes from this dressmaker are also too pretty. Why must everyone be so talented? Maybe I should just get her a popular style of dress. It'll be amusing to see a group of people wearing similar dresses. That's it. I should make La Betty wear the same dress as me. Oh, okay. People will think she copied me. And Viscount Letitia won't be able to tell anyone what really happened because then he'd have to review that he blackmailed me into buying her a dress. You know the dress I chose? I want the same one, but in a smaller size. Here are the measurements. You're going to give her the same dress as yours? The thing is, I think my dress is the prettiest one out there. I'll feel bad if I got her one that wasn't as nice as mine. Lady Rashta, you are too kind. She is really good at nailing that sweet innocent face. It's like, girl, you a snake. Some time later, at the debutante ball. The style is going to be what everyone wears to balls for a while. Dazzling. And then a year or two later, we'll see less lace and gems. There's Miss La Betty. Oh. She must really like you, Your Majesty. It doesn't look like Duke Urgi and Rashta are at the ball. Is it because they want to avoid La Betty? They're wearing the same dress. Did Lady Rashta copy her outfit? I mean, this is the second time it happened. Why would Lady Rashta copy daughter of a minor viscount from a countryside? I'm sure it must be the other way around. That copycat! It looks like she copied Miss La Betty's dress this time. Click, 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 cut. It seems this dress is in vogue right now. Perhaps this will help you stand out. Her Majesty always knows what to do. She took care of it so quickly. I'm glad that she stopped things from turning ugly. What is she writing? What exactly is she planning? To be continued. I can't believe this! Huh? Elaborate. She isn't being given the education your majesty received as a crown princess. She is being taught the same subjects you took when you were living at the Trovies estate. She has teachers for all subjects that a young lady from a noble family would learn, such as court etiquette, dance, social graces, drawing, and piano. I see. Wave away. Why does she keep copying everything that your majesty does? She told me that she wants to be like me. It's not uncommon to follow the same curriculum of one's role model in high society. But this isn't just anyone. It's a woman who stole my husband from me. Is she going to try and copy everything I do? Did you make any progress on the matter that I asked you to look into? I've yet to find out anything concrete, but I discovered that there are a number of servants who were fired after working for Viscount Lutatius' family. I was able to hear a few things from one of these former servants. What did you find out? There is a restricted area in the Viscount house that only the butler and the Viscount's family member are permitted to enter. It's quite common for nobles to restrict access to certain section of their property. That's why I didn't report this right away, but this isn't all I heard. There is a baby in Viscount Lutatius' house, but none of the servants have seen it. The baby never leaves the restricted area. That's quite an interesting development. I would have expected something like gems or heirlooms. I'm surprised to hear he's raising a baby in secrets. Could that be the same baby I've heard he brought with him when he moved here? He's not just looking for a house, he's looking for a nanny too. What if that baby wasn't just Viscount Lutatius' secrets, but someone else's as well? She's fitting the puzzle pieces together so freaking well right now. Like, so freaking well. Perhaps I'm reading too much into it. The Remarried Empress, episode 56. Oh, Your Majesty. What a pleasant surprise. I've seen you here far too often. I beg your pardon. I said you come to the palace far too often. I haven't visited the palace that often, Your Majesty. Don't talk back to me. Ooh. So he still expects to be treated like an emperor even when he's obsessed with a former slave girl. Please forgive me, Your Majesty. That misunderstanding a while back gave me a chance. I mean, it brought us together. The reason I come over to the palace is to be service to Lady Rashta. In what way could someone like you be of use to Rashta? I'll give Rashta any help that she needs. So you should just make sure that you don't get in her way. Step. I told you to get my daughter a debutante's dress. I didn't ask you to turn her into a laughing stock. Rashta! She's so poised now. You see that? Like, she's just, don't react in haste, but she's like, she's changing. Her character's changing. Holy crap. A dress like that isn't even worth a lot of money, but it seems you ruined her special day on purpose just because you were angry and you had to buy her a dress. I want you to know that I, for one, am not amused. And yet you were the one who asked me to get you a dress when it doesn't cost that much. Huh? Don't take this up with me. You should keep a closer eye on your children. Are you going to let a blabbermouth like Lebetty get close to the Empress? What if she lets something slip that she shouldn't? You can trust her to keep a secret. Parents are blind to their children's flaws. That's rich coming from someone who doesn't even know what her child looks like because she refuses to see him. Yes, that's more like it. Viscount. You told me that if you were to go down, you'd take me down with you. The same goes for me. If I go down, I'm taking you down with me. What did you just say? Even if I fall out of favor with His Majesty because he finds out about my past, I'm still the mother of his child. His Majesty took me in as his mistress, even though he knew I used to be a slave. He might also accept this addition element of my tragic past. But you won't be so lucky. Oh, how she looks down on him now. That's kind of scary, okay? So don't you forget it. Your Majesty. It would have been better if the Empress had become pregnant. Wait, he's thinking that? Your Majesty. How are you feeling? I feel wonderful. I'm just so happy to see you, Your Majesty. You didn't have to change the way you talk. It was cute. How are your classes? Well, I've only just started taking them, but they're very interesting. I'm going to become a mistress that Your Majesty can be proud of. You're already so endearing, Rashta. But do you also tell the Empress that all you expect from her is to look endearing? Is something wrong, Your Majesty? Someone is trying to dig up dirt on you and Viscount Lutashu. Who is it? You don't need to know. In any case, don't invite the Viscount over too often. And if the Viscount is blackmailing you, you have to tell me. I can charge him with some kind of crime and either have him executed or banished. So if you are being blackmailed by him because you're hiding something from me, just tell me what it is. He won't stop coming back for more once you start letting him blackmail you. It does sound reassuring. Maybe he'll still love me even if I tell him everything. No, His Majesty may be different from Alan, but I can't risk everything on a maybe. I've got nothing to hide from you, Your Majesty. So please don't target the Viscount for no reason. If you end up hating the Viscount because of me, when there is no reason to, then I'll feel extremely guilty. Fine. Don't worry, I won't. Your Majesty, can you please stay with me until I fall asleep? I'm afraid I have some other business I must attend to. Be a good girl. Sweet dreams. To be continued. I got nothing to hide from you, Your Majesty. So he knows something. He knows something. Your Majesty. That's right. Do you have anything to report? I looked into the matter as requested, but I wasn't able to find anything conclusive. I'm sure she's hiding something. I haven't stopped him from meeting her because it does help to dispel the rumor about Rashta having been his slave. But there is no way that a runaway slave and her former master are likely to be on good terms. The Viscount must have something on Rashta. What did Lady Rashta say, Your Majesty? She told me she got nothing to hide from me. Even after Your Majesty told her that you'll take care of it if she's being blackmailed. She probably doesn't want to trouble me. She might think she's being clever, but she's still very naive. Your Majesty? Actually, I found out that there are other people making inquiries about the Viscount. I think they're Lord Corsair's people. Is he stirring up trouble again? I discovered that Countess Eliza is also keeping an eye on the Viscount, so I believe Her Majesty has also ordered her people to look into him. And yet she claimed that she's not interested in Rashta in the slightest. You can tell he still have feelings for Empress Navier. Like he wants to be with her, but I don't know, I guess because she doesn't show a lot of emotion, he's doing stuff to get a reaction out of her. Professionally, you know, like professional way, like maturely. What would you like me to do? I don't think they have found any useful information either, as the Viscount has been very thorough about hiding the truth. That's going to be a problem. The Empress cares deeply about what people think about her and the imperial family. But once Corsair gets hold of proof that Rashta used to be a slave, I wouldn't put it past them to distribute flyers to all the nobles who are claiming the truth. And that includes any other secrets. And that he might have found. I can keep Rashta from socializing with the nobility, but that's not possible for the child. If people look down on my child for having a slave for his or her mother. The Remarried Empress, episode 57. The throne room. Duke Twania petitioned for his divorce with Duchess to be made void. He wished to get back together with the Duchess. Oh? Place. If you're not busy, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about your brother. Do you really not know anything about it? For me to answer you, you need to tell me what you are referring to first. It appears that you must really be unaware of what he is doing. I suppose if you were really involved, you wouldn't be doing the same thing. Lord Corsair is trying to dig up dirt on Viscount Sovieshu. Or to be precise, he's trying to dig up dirt on Rashta. What exactly is your problem with her? She has nothing while you have everything. She has you. But I am one of your many possessions. Then are you implying that I allowed Rashta to borrow you for a while? What? Since I did not, it follows that your majesty does not belong to me. What? It sounds like you're jealous of Rashta. It has nothing to do with any feelings I may have for you. It's because we are married in the eyes of the law. I'd rather hear you say that you're jealous. That, at least, would be nice to hear. Of course you would never say such a thing. Because you don't love me. I'll be going away for around 2 days to investigate a mage who claimed to have lost their magic. You're planning to go and see it for yourself? Yes, I think it's true. Have a safe journey. Do you want to go with me? To investigate? It's not like I'll be working for the entire trip. We could just take some time out to relax on our return journey. We could take in the local sites or spend some time in the resort. It sounds like he wants to take some time off once the official business is concluded. I'm afraid I can't join you. We're both away from the palace for a few days for my birthdays. That prevented us from hearing any petition for a few days, and we mustn't shirk our duties when it hasn't been that long since then. It'd only be for 2 days. Petitioners take time off their busy lives to wait near the palace to await any news of their petition. Yikes. It sounds like the Empress put her work before your majesty, but to me, you always come first. The Empress is busy, after all. She kissed him. I can't fill in for the Empress. But can you still take me with you? You want to go? I won't be able to help you with any official business, but I can be there to support you, and I believe that supporting you will be helping the Empire. It won't be a fun trip. That doesn't matter. The important thing is that I get to spend time with you. Plus, I don't want to be left on my own in the palace while you're gone. It's too scary. I'll think about it. Yay! Thank you, Your Majesty. I need to get out of there to win the support of the commoners. Because I'm not the Empress yet. Empress yet. Clip, 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 clip. I'm jealous of your majesty. I can't love his majesty as freely as I would like, but your majesty is allowed to be in his side, by his side, even though you don't love him. Did his majesty tell you that you couldn't go with him? How did she know? She's easy to read. Press. Huh? Don't frown like that. You should relax. Huh? He might not have put it plainly, but the fact that he brought it up means His Majesty has caught on to what we were doing. I want you to stop looking into Viscount Lateshu. To be continued. Alright guys, that is a wrap. As y'all can tell, I'm pretty exhausted from this. But overall, it's not a huge cliffhanger, but it's still pretty repetitive from the past 9 episodes. But overall, I feel like the Emperor is a little bit misunderstood. Like, you can tell he have feelings for the Empress Navier, but because she's so, well, mature, she's very poised and everything, she doesn't show emotion, but at the same time she doesn't love him. I guess she doesn't even know what love is, but she does feel a bit of jealousy in a sense, but it's not love, and he just wants her to say, I love you, I'm jealous. He's trying to get a reaction out of her. Overall, I feel bad for him, and at the same time I just getting so annoyed with Rashta. Just so annoyed. I'm just, ugh, get her out. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. If you guys like my webtoon readings, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave some comments below on what other webtoons I should check out, or how you feel about this video today. So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!